Why is 2025 the year of the creator? I bet that's one of your biggest questions, right? It just seems like, oh my God, this is my year, and you feel it. But guess what? You feel it for a reason. So I know that everybody is inside of the world of social media, and I want to say congratulations for taking the step to come into this video, because you obviously want to learn about social media, the ins and outs of it. And I'm going to take these up just so it's not a glare, but the ins and outs of social media. You want to know what it takes to get to a viral place, and I'm basically here to teach you that. Just a little bit about myself. I am a social media content creator and influencer. I have a team that is filled with social media strategists. I have other social media goats that are part of my brand. And speaking of my brand, let me take you back before I take you forward. So I started social media back in like 2009 when Facebook kicked off, and we went from MySpace era to the Facebook social intermingling era. I've been on social media since then, and I started Instagram around 2012 when they launched it, back when the app was brown. And so I've been on social media kind of creating a presence for myself. I've done skits, I've done serious content. Hold on. I've done skits, I've done funny content, I've done music content, for all of those years. And I basically created a name for myself, which is Red James. With my time being on social media, I learned a lot about, the analytics of it. We didn't really have analytics first starting out with social media. So you would just post. We started out as pictures. First it would be Facebook, and you would kind of keep up in the correlation with people, what they were doing, what they were posting, but it mostly started off with pictures. And from like 2012 to about 2015, we would just be able to post strictly, 2013, we would strictly be able to post pictures. Then social media and the electronic era began to pick up, where we could then post videos, because like I said, life began to kind of get a little quicker. So it wasn't just necessarily only about pictures. And once we went from the picture era to the videos with the picture era, then we began to get stories. That's where it was giving birth to the world of Snapchat. So I've been on Snapchat since 2013, that was my senior year in high school. A lot of people wanted to be very, very quick with it. We want to see what you're doing at that moment. We want you to post your lives in the moment, instead of, making a long form of content, only pictures and only videos. Of course, we had YouTube that launched in 2008 or 2009. Don't quote me, but I think it's 2008. So when YouTube hit, it would then begin, people would post long form content. So what did that then mean? People would compile videos or make just long videos, such as this one. Shout out to YouTube, love you guys. We would just begin to make long form content, and we would post it on YouTube, where people were actually sitting down and exploring the long form content. So being that the content went from long form, now we move to short form content. And that's when the world of social media, like I said, starting at Snapchat, picked up. So you would have your short form content, which was Twitter, Twitter, at the time Vine. That's when the attention spans of the human race basically got shorter and shorter and shorter, which was not a bad thing, but it did change the algorithm and the evolution of how you would watch social media. So around 2019, again, that's when we were introduced to stories, short form content. It would go from basically the long form content, which would be on YouTube, is like 8 to 20 and however long hours of content, till we start shortening it down to all of those hours into stories, reels, instantaneous posts. And now we're here in this world of content, and guess what? I just popped. I brought you from the past to the future to let you know that content does not always take off how you want it to take off. It does not always explode the way you want it to explode, unless of course you have a viral moment. What exactly are viral moments? Viral moments are when you do things on the internet and they captivate your audience's attention and it does something to them on the inside that makes them want to share it with everybody. Those are viral moments. And just early shot of 2025, which is this year. I'm sorry, I was trying to think back on the time where I had another viral moment, but my viral moments took off in 2025. Let's go back, and I've been on social media since 2009. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I've been on social media for 17 years, and I just popped out of those 17 years. I've made it to pages such as Tony Braxton, Erykah Badu, Ashanti, a lot of different social media and just big name in music have been really noticing my content because all I do now is create viral moments. And so if I was starting a social media page and I wanted to be a content creator in 2025, I would always focus on one thing. What do you think that one thing is? I'll wait, I want to hear it. You said it, being authentic. I am probably the most authentic I have ever been in social media because let me also take you back. Being that I am a dinosaur in social media, one thing that I always know in our social media area coming up in our time is that you always had to be perfect. Content had to be perfect. Your face had to be perfect. You just had to be this perfect creature. And so now we're in the era of authenticity, which is a big switch from where we came from. You following me? The creator economy is bigger and larger than ever. Brands are looking for who? You. They're looking for people that are authentic. They're looking for the people that have it. And it does not have millions of followers anymore. You don't need millions or thousands of followers and likes just to prioritize brands and ads. They want you. 2025 favors authenticity, personality, and guess what? Consistency. It has nothing to do with perfection. That's out. Authenticity is in. Your stories, your perspectives, and guess what? Your personality are now your superpower. So guess what? If you want to learn how to become a content creator in 2025, finish watching this video. Now that we're in the era of authenticity, that gives you the perfect time to create content that is relatable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do a checklist on what it is that you need to do to create those viral moments and becoming a social media content creation sensation. All of the things, not just one, not just two, but all of the things. So listen up. So I'm going to help you really find out what it is that you need to be making. And listen, step one is going to be find your why and your lane, okay? And I'm going off of my steps today, and it's going to be basically, I think I can go ahead and give you 8 steps. I can go ahead and give you 8 good steps, and these steps definitely helped me, okay? So check this out. Step 1. Don't ever just ask, what kind of content should I make? Really ask, do people really care? Do people care about the content that I actually make? You should make content that resonates with people. You're relatable. You're a human. So guess what? If you have an issue, I'm sure there's another human on this earth that has an issue, especially if there are 8 billion humans, right? So with that also being said, define what you stand for. Is it entertainment? Is it lifestyle? Is it education? Is it fashion? Is it food? What content pillars and what purpose are you trying to serve? Do you want people to leave your videos and really ask, did that help me? That was funny. That was entertaining. That was one of my biggest problems. I never knew truly what it was that I wanted my content to be about or stand for. So necessarily, I just began to do everything. And once I actually found my niche, I niched down, which I'm not telling you to niche down, but always find something you're good at. Okay, pick 2 to 3 content pillars, just like I said, motivation, lifestyle, comedy, and build around them, okay? If you choose 3 things and foundate yourself on them, pick 3 words, sit down. What I did was I grabbed a notebook, I sat myself down, and I picked 3 words that described me: funny, fashion, and music. And then I built around those. And then slowly as I began to foundate those 3, I added 2 more. I added this and I added that. I took something out, and always find what works best for you. Next after that, let's see. Write down who you are, what you want to talk about, and what your audience gains from you. You never want to leave people guessing what they gain from you. You always want to know that you left them wanting more of you. Got that? And be known for something specific. I am always known for my dancing content, my content that's either going to scream at you and yell at you, but it's kind of like a pawpaw aesthetic. Like, I'm always going to tell you something that's going to be for your good and not just for your entertainment. I like that one. So step 2, let's master your platform in 2025. YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram Reels all favor short form storytelling and long form depth. You always want to maximize on every platform. Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube are always going to allow you the space to be creative and show your audience what it is that you have and what you have to offer. YouTube is always going to be your long form content. You get to bring us on the journey. The way that I'm recording right now on my Sony a6000, had to pull my baby out the back because my Sony A series, my Alpha 7S was too big, too heavy, and I'm waiting on Sony to definitely send me their newest camera. So clock it and you'll see soon. But you always want to build that long form content. Bring us on the journey. Bring everybody along and make sure that you remember to make them feel like they're coming along with you. But after you've posted that long form content, you want to break it down into smaller sections. Why? Because always remember, 7 to 15 seconds is what the mind can basically grab a hold to right now. And then if you still have your junkies, your TV junkies that still watch long form content. So you never want to forget, always break your long form content down into smaller versions. You following me? Okay, on YouTube, long form content is back. It's making its resurgence. YouTube is that girl. You know when you go through those old neighborhoods in your town and they have big, beautiful homes and they drive Jaguars and Mercedes and you be like, that's that old money. YouTube is that old money and she's coming back. People crave connection, storytelling, and behind the scenes footage. Give us the BTS. Give it here, okay? TikTok and Reels focus on hooks the first 2 seconds. The first 2 seconds that you start talking in your video is when you grab someone's attention. Okay, those are those viral moments that I was talking about in the beginning. When you start talking, you turn the camera on, that's when you got their attention. So use it. And cross-post on your short content to all of your platforms, but tailor the caption and hashtags to style each one. So basically what cross-posting is basically when you have a video that you made on Facebook. You can utilize that video for all of your platforms, especially if it fits inside of the guidelines for the short form content. Normally when I post a video on TikTok, I take that video from TikTok, TikTok now has 5 hashtags that we can use. So I take those 5 hashtags or that video, and what I do is I'll take it to Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook Stories as well. But always remember, Meta controls Facebook and Instagram. So you'll get a dual fold engagement there because what you post on Instagram normally goes on Facebook and vice versa, so on and so forth. Okay, and last but not least, learn to read your analytics. You never really know what goes inside of the gumbo or in the recipe if you never read the recipe. Basically, if you want your TikTok, your Instagram, or any social media to be all of the things and flow as a well-trained train, a well-oiled train, that's what I was trying to say. You always want to read your analytics. Inside of your analytics, that is where you will see most of your engagement. What audience is it feeding? It goes from age groups to time that you post. Your analytics matter, okay?